Hi, this is Daniel Monday from DPM Performance, Sydney's fat loss specialist. I'm going to give you a quick, short little audio burst today. The 3 things you must do if you really want to achieve your fat loss goals. Now, the first thing you have to do, you've got to be accountable, okay? Now, what I mean by this, you can't just say, I want to do this or I want to do that, I want to get back in my skinny jeans or whatever your goals are. You need to be held accountable. Now, what is going to keep you focused? What is going to keep you on track while you're achieving this mission? Okay, you got to tell your partner. You got to tell like a trainer. You got to tell your buddy, your person next to you at work, or whoever is going to help you on this mission. You need someone along for the ride. That's what the people who get the biggest results, the best results out of all the clients that I train, are the ones who hold themselves accountable to me, to their partner, to somebody. But for me, this is where I come into it. I'll keep them accountable. If you don't have that option, you need to think of someone who you can really invest in time-wise. Doesn't have to be financial, a time commitment. You need support. If you don't have that supportive environment, and if you're not held accountable, there needs to be some missions that you need to accomplish each week. Cross off those goals. You do that, you're going to get a long way to getting back in your skinny jeans or whatever your goals are. The second thing, it needs to be a defined goal. The end goal has to be tangible. You don't just say, I want to lose weight. It's got to be, I want to fit into a size 10 jean. Or I want to get back into those jeans, that dress, that little black dress that's at the back of my wardrobe that I haven't worn for 2 years. I want to be able to, whatever, insert your goal here. This is what you need to do. It needs to be that, because then we know where we have to get to and we can work back from. So we've got our end goal. Now we need to break things down and work it out, how we can get to where you want to go. So, if let's say that end goal, to get back in that little black dress at the back of your wardrobe. Now, let's say the goal is going to take you, let's set that time frame, let's say 3 months, okay? Let's work back from there. Let's break it into 3 different months. Okay, first month, what do we need to do? We need to start breaking those habits. We need to have, say by the end of the first month, we might need to be down halfway at that goal, for example, because you're going to get some pretty good results at the start. It's always when you can notice the most because you're making the biggest changes. So you have that goal, that end goal, and then we break it back. We work back from there what you have to do. And that goes back to being accountable as well when you're setting yourself the missions to cover. So you see how all these puzzles start to fit in. The third piece of the puzzle, this is one thing that people always neglect, okay? It sort of ties in with a little bonus tip that I'll give you. But it's sleep. Too many people try and burn the candle at both ends. They'll flog themselves at work. They'll flog themselves training. They'll eat fantastic for the most part. But then they don't get that sleep. You don't get your recovery time. You're not allowing your body to achieve its potential. When your body's resting, when your body's sleeping, that's when it's shrinking. That's when it's changing, and that's when you're going to get the biggest differences. You can't continue to burn the candle at both ends, and by saying that, it doesn't mean that you're out partying or whatever. A lot of the times it's people's work life. There's too many things on: work, family, and then putting that in with training as well. There's only so much the body can take. Eventually, it's going to reach that point where the fat loss stops. And if you've experienced this, you'll know exactly where I'm coming from, because you need to be getting this rest. Now, we've got to find, if your lifestyle is so busy, you're so under the pump, we have to be able to manage it. You've got to be able to get the most sleep that's physically possible. Now, if you find yourself not being able to sleep at night, or you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night and not being able to get back because there's 100,000 things racing through your mind, we've got to address all of this, okay, so we can get you to sleep. And that may be something as simple as having a brain dump before you go to bed. Now, that just means you get a pad and paper next to your bed. Every single thought that's on your mind before you turn in for the night, before you hop into bed, you write it down on that pad. Whether it's stuff you got to do tomorrow, whether it's a problem at work that's bothering you, whether it's a person, family problem, whatever it is, you write it down, get it out. That's a physical sign that we can clearing. It's a cleansing process. We get it out of your head. It's out of your thought. Once you've done that, then we need to find something to help you unwind, to relax. Now, personally, this may not work for you, but I find the best thing that really works for me at night time to really help me unwind is reading. Now, sometimes I could be wide awake and I might read for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Sometimes I might not even finish a page, but I find it really helps me wind down. If you can do that, you're going to go a long way to being able to get that restful sleep. And the other thing, of course, we need to be getting a volume of sleep. Ideally, we're needing at least 7 hours of sleep a night. See how you go with those 3 factors. But if you can cross off all those factors, the accountability, if you can focus off the measurable goal, the specific goal, and then work back from it, if you can cross that off, and then if you can cross off the sleep, the stress is the other part that ties in with the sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, the body has too much stress, too much cortisol in your body, fat loss stops. You can cross off all these factors, you're going to get a long way to getting back in that little black dress, back in your skinny jeans, losing that notch off your belt buckle, whatever it is that you want to achieve. Cross off these big 3 action points, and the world is your oyster. We can make this happen. Once again, this is Daniel Monday, Sydney's fat loss specialist. Now, if you aren't currently a DPM client of mine, you would like to join Team DPM, I've got a special incentive for you to do so. For new clients only, we've got a special option on my website, dpmsydneybootcamp.com.au. You've got a special option for a $7 trial. You can have full access to any of my sessions, as many as you like, for a full 23 days for only $7. No commitment. If you're not happy after that, I'll even give you your $7 back. And if you're happy to roll straight into the unlimited training package, which most people find beneficial. The investment is $199 a month moving forward. If you do want to, simply head to dpmsydneybootcamp.com.au and click and follow the links to the $7 trial for 23 days. And I look forward to helping you become my next fat loss success story. Remember, eat clean, stay lean. Over and out.